What's going on, New Era? What's going on, Quit Scope? Our guests today have been around 10 plus years, dude. They're crazy, bro. As soon as I announce it, everybody watching this podcast is going to immediately know who I'm talking about. They're legends online. Legends. We got the one, the only J2H for life and J2H system. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
We just chilling. Appreciate being on the show, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all coming on the show, man. That's dope. It's dope. I'm the host, Undead, and I got my co-host Dev here, and we're just gonna jump into talking about J2H and y'all's history, how y'all came about, anything y'all want to throw in there. More than happy. So I'm gonna just start it off like, how did J2H become J2H? Like, where did y'all start? How was what was the jump at, man?
I'll let For Life answer that one.
So J2H started on 360 in the Halo days, like Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, which most clans did come from Halo. And I'm gonna be honest, J2H was not my first community. I was in a community called TXI, which was a clan that broke off of KSI, is what my recollection tells me is where it came from. And I was a part of that for like maybe like 6 months, put in a lot of work, and I was just seeing all the bullshit that was happening in gaming communities. Just like I'm grinding every day, and not getting my due what I was supposed to get. And I just came up with an idea one day to fuck it, I'm gonna make my own shit, and I'm gonna bring my brother, because System is my real life brother, along with another friend of mine, J2H Loser, and we just started forming like that, and just steadily but surely, every other day we were just getting up our numbers. BO2 days, BO1 days. That's probably when we're the biggest. We're running the lobbies like all the time.
I do want to touch that, as For Life said, that they were a Halo community at first, but I'm the one that brought Call of Duty over to J2H.
Yeah, that was a smart play. Back in the day though, man, Halo, in my opinion, Halo was untouched by
100%.
COD. I think the slowing down of Halo actually killed Halo. But I'm in the 90s percentile, dude. If Halo would have kept being as big as it was, like they would have kept releasing games and content for that, everything would be Halo now, bro.
I agree. I actually went straight away from Halo, and that's when it was like on the downtime kind of with it. And I found Call of Duty, and then I just loved it more. So that's why it just went that way.
I agree, but I came off Halo too, man. I'm a natural born Halo player. So I mean, it's Halo over COD for me sometimes, but I mean, with recently, it's, I don't know, Call of Duty just seems easier to grind. It's easier to recruit and stuff like that. So J2H, what's it stand for life or system, however?
Well, go for it. For life.
Well, it originated. So there's multiple meanings now. So when it first started, it stood for Journey to Hell, and as we went along, there was other names coming into play. Just Too Hated, Just Too Hectic, Just Too Hard. Like there's different meanings.
That one's cold.
And the reason why my community has a number in it, because most communities don't have numbers in it. I wanted to be something different and not have just 3 letters. Like I wanted it to have something different, something that was not ever pretty much seen on Xbox. I don't think you've ever seen another community with a number in it that has our reputation, our history.
Oh, for sure. Not a 10-year plus, for sure. No, everything's like 3 letters, and everything has to mean like, specifically something. So that's something you do differently. When you no matter what lobby, no matter what game, when you see that J2H, you know where it's from. It's not just some random kid who, has random letters in his name. You know that they're specifically a part of y'all. So I mean, that's something you got 100%. That's kind of what I did with my community, a little different too. Instead of going like NG or NEG or whatever, I was like, yo, I want to step away from the 3-letter gamer tag and new era, dude. I just want new era, like NE, bro. That's give my members a little bit more creativity with their names, and instead of having like a 7 or anything after the name, it's free. So it's just like your tag or your community tag, and then your gamer tag, and then you're set free. So I know y'all don't do that either, do y'all? Y'all don't put like 7s or X's or whatever.
No, we never been about putting a number at the end. At one point, we were probably thinking about changing the name, but we just ended up like, with so much history with it, we're not changing it. I really did like, having 2 letters, how you have, or even just a single word. But, we've had it for so long, we're like changing it now would just be stupid, really. So
Agreed.
yeah, that's why we just stayed with it.
I mean, but it's nice, man. It's that just too. What was it? Just too that last one you said for life.
Just too hard.
Yeah, just too hard. That's cold right there, bro. I like that. Like low key.
Yeah,
That
so
hits.
many minis came from it. I think right now the one that everyone knows is Just Too Hated, but they always forget that the original. Well, they don't really are taught about the original mini, which is Journey to Hell.
Yeah, I'd say I didn't even know that. I just thought J2H standing for Just Too Hated. I've always been told like, and not even from y'all directly, just from like everybody else who knows y'all, just like, yeah, dude, they're just too hated, man. That's what they stand for, and it's actually nice to know that
Well,
meanings.
it's because around certain circles we're pretty hated.
True.
So it just came from it.
But with that, like, what motivates y'all to run y'all's community, like, to keep going that 7-year plus threshold? Like, what motivates y'all? Like, what's the positivity looking like?
Well, dude, the thing that motivates us is the members, because like without the members, your community wouldn't really be around. So, just trying to have a positive outlook on gaming communities now, because I know J2H holds a pretty messed up reputation, and but that's just here said, she said shit. Like, if you really want to find out, you need to come find out for yourself. Like, all this negative talk is no, we're not with that. We're with the positive. We want to meet other gaming communities. We want to be friends. We want to battle. I'm old school, man. So like, I'm down to battle. If I get my ass whooped, I get my ass whooped. I'm not gonna cry about it. That's just the way I am. And I stick to Halo. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even jump on COD because I still stay on MCC or Halo 5. And when the new Halo comes out, that's the one I'm gonna be on. Like I don't know, dude. I can't get the hang of COD. Like every time I get on COD, I cannot kill a single person. I'm gonna be dead ass honest. I'm gonna be
Yeah, I
honest.
feel that.
System's the one that plays COD.
Oh, bro. Speaking of System, bro. System. I played with you, bro. You're a monster. I'm good, bro. I'm really good at COD. I'm not like trying to toot my own horn or like say I'm the best, but I'm decent as a dev.
Yeah.
Like I'm good. But bro, we played against you in a friendly match. You were in there, bro. You're a monster, bro.
What game was that?
We were playing MW.
Oh, MW.
Yeah. I don't really. It was.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
We were playing with Concept with RGN and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, like you can call myself retired, but not really, so I'm basically not in my prime no more. But I was playing with like members. I don't know. I think we might have lost, but all I know, I was like,
you played against me. I remember it was St. Petro. We played y'all in St. Petro.
Oh, okay, yeah. Dev, you kept sneaking up on the train tracks and just straight up murdering me. That's all I gotta tell you. And I was telling my teammates, I'm like, yo, someone needs to cover that train. I got the objective because like I'm like more of a hybrid player from all the years of comp. Like mostly I was a OBJ player, but then I can be hybrid and during CODs, like be a Slayer and do things. But yeah, I consider myself just average, bro. I don't do higher than that.
I know, bro. You're a monster, bro. You're a good tactical player.
I appreciate it, bro.
That's what I like. I like tactical players, bro.
Yeah, it just comes out of me whenever I'm playing some kind of form of competitiveness in any game. It literally just comes out of me, and just you can see the fire still there, but no team, unfortunately.
Well, you're good. So I kind of like, where did you start? Like, where did you on For Life? Like first system, bro. Like, tell me the journey.
Okay, the journey was I was part of a different community, and it was me and 2 other people, which I knew in person. We were like their best team. Obviously, it was back then it was 4v4, but mostly it was just 3v4 because we couldn't find a 4th to keep up with us. And I was underappreciated in that community, so I just left it. I For Life was starting J2H at the time, so I brought basically the best team of that community that could never beat us on COD 4 Modern Warfare over. That's when I brought Call of Duty over, and then ever since it was just me and those 2 other guys who don't really get on anymore. It's just real life friends that I knew, and we could always cover each other's back. We knew how to play each other. Like the chemistry was unreal. Simple as that. Like I've known them for so many years. I wish they were still here. We can do a team again, but they're gone. They're doing their real life shit, which I completely respect. And then ever since, I just been competing. Doing some online tourneys, doing some GB matches. Found a couple teams along the way. couple, some teams didn't work out. Sometimes, the hardest part is when you're part of a team and someone is dragging the team down and you became such close friends with them, you have to cut them loose because you have to, it's for the greater good of the team, But
100%.
but that's really difficult to do, and sometimes we'll get trapped in that where they're such good friends, and then me and someone else were always like kind of running the team, and then we really didn't want to cut them because they're like such good friends and stuff like that. But really, the team's getting dragged down because either not practicing your craft or something like that. So yeah, I've been going back and forth, online tourneys, GB matches, obviously clan matches back in the day, which I really like because nowadays it's just you don't see that no more. And I really,
100%, dude.
really, really, really want to bring that back. Just because when there's any kind of disagreement, clan match, call it a
100%,
day,
dude.
leave it all out on the field. And some communities are really cool about it. Like at first we're just like yelling at each other, hate each other's guts. We don't want to lose, and then either we win or we lose. We just become friends out of it.
100%. It's kind of like the old school, like, back in whenever I went to school, you had a problem with somebody, you go to the field house and you fight.
Mhm.
Gloves or whatever, dude. And whenever you start fighting, you hate each other, but at the end, hey man, that's a
Yeah.
real man right there. Same thing
Yeah.
kind of online, dude. Like we used to
Mhm.
do like in Halo 2, bro. You got a problem with somebody, man, jump on it. All right, Modern Warfare 2, go jump on Rust, bro.
Mhm.
Let's smack around 30 kills to Rust. At the end of it, you might hate each other in the beginning, but at the end, you're like, yo, this dude got some skill, or yo, he
Yeah.
shit, but yo, he tried.
That's just how it is. You build connections, you build friendships. You might have hate somebody one minute, and after that match, you're like, damn, I need to roll with this guy more. And that's just
100%.
how it is.
That's
Yeah.
kind of how Ego Arena's doing it. I know that y'all are Ego Arena real hard, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe from Ego Arena. We talked about it in some of our podcasts, but
Mhm.
yo, man, I see that kind of being a thing. Like, yo, y'all got problems with each other. Ego Arena that shit up, bro. Let's
Yep.
get it.
Yeah, that's how we're trying to do with Ego. Like, we're trying to make it as much safe as possible for people to game and not worry about anything. Because, in this day and age, everybody does something, whatever. But with Ego Arena is there, you can easily, find the other community you're having an issue with and then just try and battle them, and that's why we're pushing it so much this year because we wanted a change. We were tired of the old ways, going on, 10 plus years. Obviously, like the last 5 years been just bullshit, That should have just
100%.
been just leave it on the match. Forget about everything else. Just leave it on the match, play the game you want to play, and let's go. Simple as that.
I mean, that's
That's
super
100%. That's
respectable.
this 2020 years is crazy, man, for gaming. We're moving in a whole different direction, and dude, I think it's just. I think in about a year, maybe 2 years, bro, the online community is going to be 10 times better and just more active than it is even today. And today it's even crazy, bro. You can jump online literally and game with all kinds of different communities, and it's just, dude, the vibe is better this year than it's been several years for sure.
Yeah, and really, with that is we're really proud to put away our animosity to lots of community because I know there's certain communities you just can't get along with, but for the sake of Ego, we've done that because we want Ego to succeed. We want it to really provide that safe haven for gamers, basically.
Speaking of that, man, shout out to RGM, bro. They keep winning, bro. I'm upset.
Oh, before I forget, shout out to Noob because she is our events
Oh, for
head
sure.
staff and she's just been killing it, in my opinion. So
Fuck
shout
yeah.
out to her.
100%.
We gotta
she
get her on for
has.
sure. That's you're like the third person that shouted her out on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Bro, like,
Dude,
she was brought on
Noob puts in
board.
work. She
Yeah,
puts
she
in
was.
work, bro. She does a lot. She
Yes.
deserves all the credit. She does a
Yes.
lot.
She does do a lot. She's always active. Every time I get on, bro, I got like 40 notifications from that one server because Noob is just like, hey, everybody. And then she'll be like, yo, this is what's going on. If you want to do it, file for it. And I'm just like, yo, like,
And
she's TSB, right?
no, I believe
So-
she's
No, she's TXO.
TXO, yeah, dude.
TXO
They got a
Super.
good member with her, bro.
Yeah.
They
And
hit
then
the ladder.
and then with Ego, when we first envisioned it, I straight up said, like, since my past, I know full well when events are thrown, there's never enough staff and never enough staff that can handle themselves. And she can obviously handle herself. She's building a great staff over there in Ego, and really there's staff for everything. And that's what I wanted from the
Dude,
beginning.
Ego's, dude, one of the best things I can say about New Era is whenever Ego Arena, Ben called me up and like, hey, so Hydra's doing this thing with Ego Arena with RGN. we're looking for teams right now, man, and we want to invite y'all. We were like the first or the second team besides RGN to be invited, dude. And I was just like, damn, bro, like it's like that. He's like, yeah, bro, y'all are chilling. So we appreciate the love that Ego Arena gave New Era, dude. It's dope.
Yeah, of course. Like we want more competitive people to fuel the competitive drive, and a lot of newer members, and even have members who don't necessarily play competitive, and it can be a new aspect in gaming because most people play for fun, which I completely respect. But sometimes you want to get that competitive drive, you want to get that fire going, and having teams like you guys, because I know you guys have a solid team with some history and some chemistry that can really bring it out of people.
100%, dude. Speaking of teams, are y'all just strictly Call of Duty right now? Y'all got any like siege squads going on, Minecraft squads going on, something?
I'll be I'll be the one that takes care of that because I handle all the competitive stuff for J2H. We had a siege team in the works, but then it kind of failed because that's just how it is. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. For comp, like as I said before, I'm not on team. I wish I was, but there's no team for COD, unfortunately.
Well, if y'all ever just want to shoot around and have some like a 4v4, 5v5, whatever, and holla at me, bro.
I got you, bro.
Going,
hey, vice versa. If you guys just want to run on CDL and you need a one pickup or even some members of mine, just go ahead and pick them up.
Oh, same here, bro. Same here. We're chilling with everybody, dude.
Yeah.
So about your community, like, how do you I understand y'all are brothers. How do y'all work with each other? Like maybe System might disagree on something and For Life is like, no, we should do that. Is there any arguments or
Dude, there's always gonna be arguments between brothers, real life and communities. Like there's always gonna be like issues and shit like that. But I mean, we're brothers.
We come to a common ground, really.
Yeah, we'll come to a compromise and we'll go for it from there,
Yeah, like our interest is always for J2H to thrive. So like he has an idea, I don't like it, we talk about it, I see the points of it, and then we just completely agree on it. That's just how it is. Obviously there's certain things we don't necessarily agree on, but we just talk about it. That's just what family does in a sense. We have an extended family, and then obviously he's my brother, so we just talk about it.
100%. That we handle kind of the same way. So, me and Dev, we've been known to butt heads, but we always get it done, right?
Yeah, I know.
But I heard that y'all be switching controllers. I'm not saying any names.
Oh, here we go.
This is bullshit.
I'm just saying.
Helios and Terror Code both that got y'all out on that.
I'll leave that one for life.
That's bullshit. Like if System was actually playing on my control, I would admit it. Like I would dead ass admit it. Like, oh yeah, it was him. He was the one playing. I was the one talking on the mic. But every time I played them, System has not been on my control. It has been me playing. And 100% of the time.
I think I've been playing on the lobby with you guys too. That's the thing. So how can I play on For Life's control if I'm playing too?
Well, I don't know, man. That's
exactly.
Watch the other podcast, bro. It says it itself.
No, we've seen it. I'm pretty sure For Life was already waiting for this question. No, we've seen it. Yeah, because most of the time when For Life's playing like Halo, I'm assuming because it's mostly Halo, I'm playing there in the lobby too. So how can I just remotely play on one controller and while playing on? It makes no sense. I couldn't do that.
Your skills might be so good, bro. You just hit both controllers too and pop, 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 pop.
Like I said, I'm just an average player. That's all I consider myself.
Well, what was the first console y'all started on? Like, I know y'all were on 360. Did y'all have anything before that? Super Nintendo, maybe a Sega Genesis?
And Nintendo Genesis, Atari. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, everything, bro.
Yeah,
bro, that Atari,
Game Boy, all that shit.
I'm from the 90s, bro. Of course.
Yeah, same, dude. Man, kids will never understand how much time I spent on the Nintendo 64 playing Zelda, bro.
Oh, I played. What was it? Smash Brothers, and then some other ones. Yeah, Mario, of course.
So how do you choose like the leadership in your community? Is there anything particular you look for whenever you're looking for members? Is it just the people who shine? Is it the people who work the hardest, the smartest? Like, how do you choose your leadership?
Well, when it comes to leadership, there has to be trust, and if without any trust, then there's no reason for me even to put him in leadership positions, because like that's the number one thing. What is trust? Like, there's always like little fuckboys working behind the scenes, trying to fuck shit up for you. And like I said, most of our leaders, we've known them for 10 plus years. We don't put anybody in leadership that we haven't known for that long. We know their first names, we know what that we're families, pretty much are. What System already talked about this. That's pretty much how we choose our leadership over here in J2H. And before we would be very strict on recruiting. We would be kind of like an invite only kind of community, but like we changed that like a month ago because pretty much to gain the numbers that people want or to have people to play with all the time, like to be an invite only community, it doesn't work out. It's too hard. And then we had a policy of 18 and up. Like to be recruiting on an invite only community, 18 and up, you cannot recruit off of social media. It's very difficult. So we changed it, and now the numbers are growing. I mean, there's going to be little issues coming when you do recruit off of social media. You're going to run into some good ones. You're going to run into some bad ones. But hey, that's the risk that we're willing to take to have people to play with all the time, because that's what most people want. They want to have somebody to game with and play with and keep all that drama and all that negative shit away from them.
100%.
And that's why, you know, we try to make our leaders and mold them to be unbiased with a lot of things. Because, you know, obviously one leader can be very petty if he has that position of power. So we make it a point to like make ourselves really available. For Life hangs out with a lot of members. I hang out with a lot of members, and I haven't seen really a lot of communities like, you know, especially their, in a sense, creators, to hang out with lower members. I don't see that often.
Yeah.
So we make it a point to do that. And then the one important thing is that we have an open mic policy. So, you know, we say follow chain of command, but if they have it, like, you know, even just a personal issue, we're always there to lend an ear, you know, and give some advice, because obviously me and For Life been around for who knows how many years. Call us old. And shit.
Bro.
Hell yeah, dude. That's the kind of policy we're also going for. We're also doing the you know, whenever certain leaders, you know, I've experienced, you know, get to a certain rank, they think, whoa, like I'm in this rank, like I have to, all the fun goes out the window. Now it's about work, recruit. And, you know, a lot of our past was because of that. And we've recently took an eye to, you know, with everything going on, to, yo, let's focus more on the gaming and less about the ranks. Like I mean, it's cool to be a captain or a general or whatever, but yo, like in the bigger aspect, who cares? Like, let's just go out and play, bro. Like, I want people to get on and just be like, yo, like I got the homies online, bro. Like, especially during quarantine, you know.
Oh, 100%. You know, 100%.
So one thing I can say about you guys is that you guys are really good about adapting, especially like as of recent. You guys are for sure like you guys have changed a lot of shit. Like I mean, back in the day, everybody was like, yeah, you don't fuck with J2H. You know what I mean? Like still we don't fuck with J2H, but like you guys, you know, it's more like people were like super scared to even get into a party with you all, or like, you know, feel free, like, you know, just because like all the shit that went around. But now like you guys have kind of changed that, you know, perception of people. Like, you know, I mean, there's always shit going to be talked, and you know how people are, but now people, you know, they can come see about it. You know what I mean? They're not like afraid of you all, like, because it's really a family. Like that's the thing about, like, you know, we at any here understand is like the Hydra's a family. Like you guys look out for your own, and you guys, you know, are super friendly people if you just people get to know you. So I mean, like I give it all to you, all credit to you guys on, you know, adapting, changing everything, because you know Xbox isn't what it was 10 years ago. And the way communities work, you know, all of us have had to kind of adapt and fix, you know, our own problems and, you know, different things like that, because the Xbox One is just a completely different beast than the 360. But yeah, I really do give you guys kudos on that.
Appreciate that.
100%.
I know we haven't hanged out much, which we'll probably change that after this video. Hang out a little bit more, but yeah,
sure.
I appreciate that. You know, our model to change had to be inspired, really, because you know, living on an old model is not viable anymore. You know, it's not what it once was. You know, so we inspired a lot of change. People were saying, "What about your moniker?" I'm like, we don't give a fuck about our moniker. We want change. We want a safe gaming environment for all our members, all our extended family. You know, and then, you know, we also make it a point. No blacklist, no this, no that. And a lot of other communities have this where, you know, they like to kind of segregate people from other people because they did something, but we don't care. We don't
See,
care.
we used to be like that. We learned
Yeah.
up until 2020 actually is when we changed it. But last year and all the years we were open before that, dude, y'all were on our blacklist. You know, most of Hydro was on our blacklist. I'm not gonna lie. We had a lot of blacklisted players and communities because, you know, back in the day we were on 360, so we understand. You know, not with y'all, but specifically, you know, anybody realistically. Like you had one problem with one member, that whole community is just blacklisted, and we were kind of living off the old structure. And then, you know, we reached out, SDG reached out, and we talked to Ben, and we kind of came up to this solution of, yo, you know, these people aren't who we think they are. We got in parties and we discussed, and hey, yo, these people aren't bad. Like I've been told that, you know, certain clans or, you know, communities are horrible, and they're really not. It's just that one member, that one shit member fucked it up for everybody. So we took away our blacklist, bro. You know, to make our blacklist now, you have to do some fucked up shit. So I mean, we got rid of our blacklist. We just
Dude,
want everybody to game,
most issues could be solved with like a simple conversation.
100%.
Like a simple conversation, but some leaders won't do it. They'll just block you. They'll just ignore you. And then the problem's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And to the point where your community is losing members. Your community is like, well, dude, why don't you as a leader, why don't you go talk to them? And this could be solved. Very simple. Many communities that we've had issues, a simple sit down would have solved it. And it would have been done from there. But since like they want to ignore and they want to block and they want to hide, they want to blacklist, they want to talk mad stuff behind your back, like we don't take kindly to disrespect.
Oh,
So if you
100%.
disrespect us, be ready to get it on.
Ooh, you heard it
Just
here
saying.
first. He ain't playing for life, my guy.
Another cool thing about J2H is you guys back up all your, you guys, everybody's, bound to talk their shit, but y'all definitely back it up. So that's something that, is very respectable. A lot of people are too pussy. They'll shit talk over the internet, and then next thing you know, they're blocking you, or they're, they ain't trying to solve, they're not trying to talk their shit whenever it comes to getting in a party with you or anything like that. But like, you guys back up everything y'all say. So that's something also you guys do really, really well that, everybody.
I'm a firm believer of your word is your bond. So by giving your word on something, you have to uphold it, So that's probably why we do that,
100%. But let's veer off a little bit. Let's veer off about some of the negative and go to the positive. I want to give a shout out to one of y'all's members, baby girl, J2H baby girl, bro. I'm in her graphics Discord, and I've gave her a shout out before. I'm giving her another one. Dude, her graphics are dope, bro. Like, y'all gotta remember.
She's been evolving as an artist. Like I remember when she first started, and I'm like, okay, let's see what you got. Like to me, I always try and get my members to learn new things or even just push to be better. So I can be very hard at times, especially when it comes to graphics or even editing work to certain members because I want them to do better. I want them to be better than me. I don't do graphics, but I happen to have an eye for it because I used to back in the day, not anymore. But yeah, shout out to her. She started her own business with it. I respect it. And
100%.
kudos
So if
to
anybody
her.
needs a graphics done, you can hit her up on Twitter. I'll put her link in the description along with the other J2H links. You can go follow them on Twitter. Just send in the chat, boys, and I'll put it in the video description. But she'll make you a graphic, bro, and it's cheap. It's not even expensive. It's good timing, bro. She's good with it. So shout out to her.
Dedication to the craft. That's what I respect because she's dedicated to her craft, and that's just how it has to be. Me, I'm very bad with schedules and stuff like that. So if I make a montage for someone, since I am so busy handling, community stuff, handling real life stuff, so it kind of stacks up, and then I can't really push it out as fast as I wanted to.
I feel that, man. Yeah.
So like, where do you all I know this is probably like a big long story, but where do you guys mix with Terra? Like, where does Terra code come into the picture? Because Hydra, we're always thinking well, back in the day it was VG, TSB, and J2H, but obviously VG is no longer around, and throw XDG into the picture. Where does Terra code come in? Like, what's your all story with him, and how did you all meet?
So one of my members on 360 ran into somebody from TSB, and right off the bat, got along very well. This is probably going maybe 10, 11 plus years. And we decided to be aligned with each other. I met Terra Code, and ever since then, dude, he's like my best friend, bro. Like, we have mad love, mad respect for each other. If anybody says anything negative about him, best believe it doesn't matter, bro. That's my brother, bro. I love that man, bro. He's been with me when I've been on my deathbed, bro. Like I've been really sick for like almost 2 years. I was out of the game and I came back, and he's always been there, bro. That's what family is. They're with you through the good times, the bad times, and the really fucked up times. Because that's the kind of times I've had, some really fucked up times. And Terracote's always been around, bro. Always been there for us. Always been there for me, my brother, and just all around, bro. Mad love, mad respect for that man, bro. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to help him or anything, pretty much.
100%, bro. He whenever he was on the podcast, he said that y'all would drop members if your members, his members got into it and it was argument. Like, yo, this family is over everything, bro. So that's
Yep.
something that
Facts.
we're
Mhm.
I see that and I'm like, yo, like I want that with another community soon. One day, like what y'all
Yeah.
have is so rare, especially on ad spots, bro. Yo,
Yeah, there's been
what you want with
several
that?
times where we've gotten into it, where J2H members have gotten into it with TSB, and like Terracote said on the last one, if the members don't want to squash it and they want to keep going at it, then we'll just drop them. We'll remove them and we'll call it a fucking day because we're looking at the bigger picture. Like
And
our bond and relationship is never going to be broken. Never. There's nothing that anybody that can do or say or whatever they're trying to do behind the scenes. There's nothing they can do. It's been done, and it's never gonna work. Like me and Terracode will be friends forever until the casket drops. Pretty much.
100%. Shout out to
and
Terracode.
if upper leadership ain't around and Terracode can actually basically run our community while we're not available, and that's kind of a little bit
Yeah.
that he
Yeah,
can
I've
do.
already put it on the table that if something happens where I get sick or something, I've already gave full authorization, full whatever to TSB Terracode to take over J2H.
Dude,
That's how much
that's trust right
Yep.
there, bro.
That's
That's
how much trust
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, and like obviously something happens to him, obviously I won't be available. And at that time we didn't have no upper leadership, so he couldn't, we already made it a point, like if something happens to upper leadership for J2H, Terracode can step in and run things for us while we're trying to handle what we're trying to handle and then
That's
come back.
crazy.
That's
That's dope, dude. 100%.
That's how much trust and brothership that we have with him. He has my personal number, and I don't really give it out to many people. So that's already saying a lot.
I feel that, man. But you gotta stay safe for life, man. We can't have nothing happen to you, bro. You gotta
man.
stay, especially right now with times being like it is, bro. Be safe, bro.
It's been a mission for almost probably 3 years, dude. Since 2017 is when it first happened, and I went in with viral pneumonia and fucking didn't come out to a year and a half later. Like a
Yeah.
straight up year and a half later. Like, dude, I had to learn how to do everything again, like talk, eat, swallow.
That's crazy.
I've been
bro.
walking on my own, and there's people that try to make fun of that shit. I'm like, that's fine, make fun all you want, like, but I'm gonna get back to normal one day, and I've got like 6-7 months walking on my own power, but it was really bad, dude. It's some dark times, and it's like a nightmare that I'm waking up from, and just starting to feel normal again, like driving, just the normal things that people take for granted got taken away from me when this happened.
Well, shout out to
And
you,
like I said, Terracode's been there the whole time since day one.
Yep.
And then
Always calling me, always telling me how he's doing. I literally, when all this happened for life, I literally talked to Terracode maybe twice, 3 times throughout the day.
That's crazy, bro. Well, shout out to you, bro. I hope you get better, dog. I hope.
No, I'm back.
know.
I'm back. I'm like almost there. I'm probably like a 90% out of 100, but so I'm really there. I'm almost there, but I'm like all this shit going on. It's not freaking me out, but I know if somehow it comes into contact with me, I'm really gonna be like done. I'll probably be done that time, and I hope it doesn't happen. But hey, only God knows what's gonna happen.
100%, man. You just
I'm
gotta
not
trust.
I'm not gonna live in fear because, like I said, I just pretty much got my life back. So I'm not gonna be living in no fear. And I know nothing's open, so I try to stay confined. But I'm not gonna live in fear, man, because that's just not the way I live my life. So
Y'all live that California life too.
We're in
man.
Los Angeles. Yeah, we're in LA. We're basically in LA. We're like 5 minutes away from the Staples Center. We're right in the crack where it's happening. So yeah.
Yeah, I lived in LA for a minute. I was doing a vape business with my homie, and we moved out to LA for a couple months, man. Fuck that traffic, bro. Fuck that traffic. We'd go out to Rosewood and shit like that, dude. and just Riverside or Oakland, dude, 8 hours sitting like moving 10 feet. What the fuck? I don't like it. I'm from Houston. Houston's traffic is shit, but nothing like California.
You got to
bro.
just find
Dude,
the back ways around
the
everything.
LA traffic is crazy, but right now, dude, the streets are like a ghost town. There's nobody outside.
Oh
Nobody.
yeah.
It's dead. Nobody's there.
So I was reading early on Twitter, and I've been told several times not to use Twitter as my source. So I'm not using it as a source. I'm just, claiming this is a false claim. Maybe I'm not too sure that masks are about to be like a thing. Like if you don't wear a mask, you're going to get a ticket in Los Angeles.
I heard that.
Um,
Hasn't passed just
Well, I
yet.
think the governor of California said that he advises you to wear a mask if you go to like a grocery store or pharmacy or anywhere where there's a lot of people. He advises is not. Oh no, I'm sorry. You know what? He said, yeah, you will get fined now. Yeah, you have to have a mask.
Yeah.
Anytime you're in public like that or you're walking or whatever, you have to have a mask. According
crazy,
to what the governor says, you have to. I think they're going to start enforcing it this weekend heavily because
Monday.
because of everything, because of
Monday.
Easter Sunday. Usually Easter Sunday, everybody goes to the parks, but the parks are going to be closed because they don't want a lot of people hanging out. Like they're really trying to have people stay at home. Like the cops will jump out and tell you something if you're close to somebody. They will say like, "Hey, back up. You need to be
They've been doing that here. Even the people you walk into the store with. I was walking to Target with my brother, and one of the guys stopped us. He's like, "Hey, y'all have to be 6 feet apart." And we're like, "Yo, we rode here in the same truck. We walked in together." And he's like, "It doesn't matter. In the store, you have to be 6 feet apart from each other." Like, whoa, that's crazy.
I feel like that a bit doesn't matter since you guys live from the same house. You guys were in the same truck. But I kind of get it. Kind of like, lead by example kind of thing. So that's why they're doing that to you guys for that way. And then some of these stores are crazy because since they're controlling the flow of how many people go into the store, there's a line. And these lines are crazy, especially Costco lines. Me and Four Light luckily we went to go put gas, but it was crazy. The line was like wrapped around the building. I was like, oh shit.
How's everything with groceries going over there? Y'all got enough food and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're good. Like, I like surprisingly we choose certain weird times and then there's no line, so I can easily go into this grocery store, get some food, and then come out and stuff like that.
Being a gamer, bros, you can go hit that hoe at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Oh, that's the thing. We could do that back then. Now with everything going on, there's set times. So like, let's say there's one store.
You are in California. It's it's clock.
Yeah. Well, before some stores would be open 24 hours, but now since there's set times to control people from basically bum rushing the store, is set times from like let's say 8 a.m. to like 10 o'clock at night or 8 a.m. to 8 o'clock at night. So nothing really stays open past like 10 o'clock at night now because they're trying to get people to stay home and not do nothing extra really.
Do they have like limits on how much shit you can buy like at the store too? Like I know like over here they do
water, toilet paper,
only the essential
wipes.
stuff. Yeah, only the real essential stuff
hand
like water.
sanitizer's fucking wiped out. There's no
that's
way.
Gone.
There's no way. There's no way in hell you're getting any hand sanitizer wipes like disinfectant.
You have
wipes.
You have a better chance getting dish soap and just washing your hands, or
you're lucky if you do.
Yeah, and then actual hand soap, that's gone. If you're lucky, you get as much as you can. Like some places they sell them by the gallon. You try and take at least 2 because I think the limit is 2 for right now until they do it to 1.
That's crazy, dude. That's
like a completely different dynamic than me. Like I live in fucking Kentucky, so like it's rural as shit. There's not a lot of people. I can walk into Walmart just fine, but like where you all live in LA, dude, I bet that shit.
The shelves are like empty, dude. You go down the shelves where the canned goods are at, or the top ramen or soups or anything that's instant. It's done. It's out. It's gone. And if they do put them on the shelf, first come first serve. Whoever was there when they were putting them out, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Is it affecting y'all's internet with so many people being home in quarantine?
Fortunately, I'm the only one on the block that has AT&T fiber optics, so no.
Oh, that boy got that good. I feel that. I got a gigabyte up and down, so
yeah. So I make I like not many people want to get fiber optics, not many people know about it because I was kind of stalking them because I heard that AT&T was going to bring fiber optics into the resident because before AT&T had really shit internet, they had like a 6 down and like a 1.2 up, and at that time I had Time Warner, but then I got grandfathered into Spectrum and I had 300 down and like 20 up, but because I edit videos and I upload or sometimes even I stream, that upload wasn't consistent, especially since I'm running so many things in the household. And yeah, and then once I found out AT&T had fiber optics, me and 4Life jumped on the internet, ordered that shit immediately. They gave me some issues because running the line from the pole and stuff like that. But then I finally got it installed, and then yeah, dude, it's been smooth sailing ever since. I'm at like a 3 ping and 1,000 down, 1,000 up.
I told you I was doing this. I swear I did. I swear. I said I was gonna go record my podcast and I was gonna work. I swear on my God.
Dev, mute your mic.
You might have,
This kid.
you might,
Wow.
you might have to edit that out. Oh man, yeah.
Just disconnecting from the party. God, that kid. I'm sorry for him, man.
You're good.
You're
You're
good.
good. That's just how. That's just life, bro. We
For
completely
sure,
understand.
100%. I'm gonna leave it in. I don't even care. So is that like affecting? You think this is the perfect time for your community to grow? Maybe with quarantine going on, so many people being on ed spots right now, dude. We're growing like crazy. Like our numbers right now. I'm not intentionally telling my members, hey, go recruit because of the coronavirus. We're just getting a lot of members naturally, so I can only, thank y'all are getting a whole bunch too.
We actually recently passed a milestone that we thought we were never going to pass because our community always works on small in a sense, and we really haven't been that big. And then recently, with everything going on and stuff like that, people are gaming more. And then with the new policies we instilled in this year, it's just been crazy. And then we've been trying to kind of make sure everything is going as safe and non-drama as possible, because with any bigger community or even up and growing community, there's going to come drama.
100%.
And really, sometimes I got to play peacekeeper in a sense because I got to delegate and stuff like that. Now luckily, some of the old school leaders that we used to have back then have come out of retirement since they have a little bit more time with everything going on, so therefore they've been there really handling the day-to-day operations. And two of the leaders that I'll say right now, J2H Sparkly and J2H Young Sway. They're old school leaders. They were in Hall of Fame, which is our retirement, and you can only achieve that by achieving a certain rank in our community. And they have, and then they came out of retirement to handle business. And now is not just on 4Life and myself, which I don't mind being peacekeeper most of the time because I just basically call them out on their dumb drama and just be like, get past it. But yeah.
Well, that's 100. What I like is some of the members that in your community, I can remember being back years. Y'all kind of seem like you get members and they stay in for a long period of time instead of some of these other communities that get members and they're there 3 or 4 months and then they dip out and they go to another community. Some of the members I noticed with J2H come to J2H and they stayed at J2H.
Yeah, like I said, it's an extension of our family, and we really, unfortunately, some old school members have to go their own way, which we completely understand, we completely support, completely respect. But luckily, some members have decided to stay because they like the atmosphere, and then especially with the new change that we're instilling, now they have a lot more people to play with. Like I said, since we had to change the model and stuff like that. Before it was a little difficult because not many people were on at certain times because people have 9-to-5 jobs. But since we've been recruiting like crazy, they can really explore any avenue of whatever game they want to play, since there's a lot of members now to be able to play with them. And then yeah, been good so far.
How long have you all been open for now? Like, what's that? How long
Which
have
one?
you been doing thing?
The new policy, or how long we've been active?
Total, like years.
Going on this year is I think 12 years.
No, this year's 13, I think.
No, it's 12.
Oh, it's 12. Okay, 12.
That's crazy.
It's 12 years. Been a good minute.
I feel like you all have like a longevity about you and TSB both, like you guys have been open for like really really long like amounts of time, like basically like whenever the KSI shit was going on too.
So how did Helios play a part into Hydra? That's kind of what I've asked from his point, but from y'all's point, how did Helios come into your family?
Go for it, 4Life.
So we met Helios probably a couple years ago, and at the time, I'm gonna be dead ass. I'm gonna speak the truth on it. At the time when I was in the hospital, J2H had got suspended from Hydra. So at one point, J2H wasn't a part of Hydra. I don't know if you guys were aware of that or not.
No,
because of some members that were in charge were just fucking things up, and System wasn't available because System was at the hospital every day with me. So there was no way where he could really do anything because all his focus was on me, on his brother, and so J2H actually at one time was suspended out of Hydra, and when I came back home from the hospital, we kind of like started getting things ready for us to rejoin again and remove people that were causing drama. So we removed it. We joined back Hydra, and at the time, XTG was I think Prospects, and then that's where we met Helios, and ever since then, dude, we met Helios. Really cool dude, man. Like much love, much respect for XTG. I mean, that's family, dude. XTG,
Yep.
TSB, that's family, dude. It doesn't matter what letters we have in the name. If they say something negative about one, that's just saying the same thing about us.
100%.
So we're together, dude. We're as one. We're all together, and like Hydra started a long time ago, and you're correct. It started with TSB and J2H is where it originated from, like almost a decade or more, you know. And along came VG, and then, like I said, VG is no longer a part of Hydra, so it's just TSB, XTG, and us. And RGN is prospects, hopefully to be joining Hydra soon in a couple months. Their prospect period's up, and they'll be joining.
Well, for the people who are wondering, how do you become a prospect for Hydra? Is it just something y'all choose, or is there application?
So pretty much so we have a position called a Hydra head. So it's pretty much all the leadership from every Hydra community, and we'll sit down and we'll take it to a vote to see which community we feel could prospect to be a Hydra community eventually. And we chose RGN. So there's little things they have to accomplish before we get there. So that community have to be up at least a year, and they'll have to be in prospects for a whole year. So for that whole year, they'll be prospects.
Yeah, RGN actually came from us. One of our old leaders, who's a jackass, he was fucking New Era up, and I was sick at the time, and I was dealing with my own stuff, and yeah, he fucked it. He fucked New Era up, and RGN ended up leaving Concept and Luffy. Shout out to those guys, and they left and started RGN, and I'm excited to see how RGN like handles stuff. You know, I kind of look at them like as a sister community in a way. I mean, I understand that we have nothing to do with them, but we have a really good relationship with RGN and all those guys, dude. I still game with them today. You know, I hit up Concept all the time. So RGN's a really good community, and
definitely
shout out to RGN, dude.
Yeah. Concept, Luffy, they're all great guys, dude.
What's up, Dev?
So yeah, Concept and Luffy, like those are the homies for sure. Those dudes, they know what they're doing. They're really, really intelligent, and I definitely think that while they were over here, they did some really, really good stuff. So that's why I think RGN long term has a good prospect for you guys. I think they're going to be a really good addition to the Hydra family, and especially for all y'all. You know, I think family part of Hydra is really what makes me super, super happy to see all that come together. Because I feel like even we're not a part of Hydra, but like we're affiliated with you all, and I feel like you guys just bring on like this energy, like this positive energy that our members could for sure like be with you all. Like we could definitely like, see like you all come into our game nights and shit like that. So like if you guys need anything or anything at all from any you guys can let us know. You guys got supporters here for sure.
Same, bro. Same. You guys need anything? Same goes with us, man. Said like, you guys might not be a part of Hydra yet, or maybe who knows? Who knows what the future holds? You know, I'm not. But we're definitely friends. We're definitely friendly. We definitely will try to help as much as we can in whatever aspect you need. You know.
100%. But all right, Dev, do you have any more questions for him? Y'all got anything y'all want? End of the podcast. So if y'all got any shout outs or anything y'all want to say, let it be heard.
First off, I'll say you guys are doing great show here because I'm enjoying it. I've been watching almost every single episode, so kudos to you guys. And yeah, it's been really entertaining to watch. Like I normally don't watch podcasts, especially since I think it's an hour-long episodes, and I've been really entertained when you brought in Helios, Terracut. I was just laughing. I was like, oh, this is solid. So,
oh hell yeah, dude. So what we're trying to do is, every community, games and stuff, and especially with quarantine right now, I was just thinking, I was like, yo, I want to do something different with New Era. I don't want to be, the common path. And I was like, yo, what's something that we could reach out and, you know, get involved more with other communities except for gaming. I was like, yo, podcast, bro, get these guys out, you know, because sometimes members aren't right for communities. I'm sure y'all know this. Sometimes a member might come to New Era, but not be right for New Era. You know, maybe they're right for J2H, or maybe they're right for SDG, or, you know, whatever. And they might hit a podcast and be like, yo, this community sounds like it's the place for me. I want to game with these guys, or I want to, you know, hang out with these guys. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're trying to, you know, give light to every other community besides us, including us, and, you know, just get everybody in the mix and get everybody knowing. Maybe there's questions that somebody doesn't know about J2H. Like, yo, what are these guys about? They've been forever, but nobody knows. That's what we're trying to get that information out, dude. For sure.
Yeah, and then with the new model, new policies we have, they can essentially join, because before we were very, like how For Life said, we had basically a lockdown recruiting. Like, you basically had to go through a fine-tooth comb, and a lot of people wouldn't put up for that. Other people would, but a lot of people wouldn't. So yeah, you know, thanks for bringing this to the show and you know, telling our side and stuff. You know.
Yeah. Like System said, thank you for bringing us on the show. We've been watching the episodes and they've been very good, man. Very good. I do have some shouts out. Shout out to Spartan Squad. You guys know who you are. Of course, shout out to TSB, XDG. And shout out to you guys for having us on here.
Oh, man, appreciate y'all. Well, that was the J2H interview, man. Y'all guys did awesome and very entertaining. Shout out to you. Let's play sometime. Helios said that he can smack For Life. So, I mean, we might have to see that.
I'm going to be dead ass with you. Helios is a beast on Halo 2. He would mop the floor with me, and I'm going to admit it. I'm dead ass with you.
Don't worry, he'll just pass me the controller at that point.
That's bullshit. I don't pass the controller, but they can say all they want.
No, like I do play a little bit of Halo. Like, back then I wasn't that good, but this time I'm just an average or a little bit above average Halo player. That's about it.
You know what? I do have one more question for y'all. Do y'all have any community sponsors y'all might want to give a shout out to? That's another thing I want to do. Community sponsors y'all want to give a shout out to, or maybe not?
I think currently right now, since like how you said it, and when this interview going out, a lot of people don't really associate with us because they're either scared of the old school moniker. Even though we're under new policy, new direction, they don't really approach us that much. You know, the only shout out we will give is RGN, of course. You know, prospecting for Hydra, and then of course winning ego matches, which you know, somebody needs to top the king or whatever.
Bro, just wait. Next time, well, we got a team now, bro. We got a nasty team. So I mean,
I heard you guys had a team that built, like, you guys built and you guys been running with, and they have like strong chemistry, and that's the team I need to check out.
Friends. They're my IRL friends.
Exactly. So you have that strong chemistry with them, and then therefore you can build a solid team with that.
Yeah, we've been entering all kinds of like Call of Duty shit, bro. We've been taking dubs, bro. Like,
all right, bro. I need to see y'all team in Ego, because I think are you guys signed up for the Ego League or not yet?
We're in the Ego League.
Okay, so I need to see good things, because I think it's gonna be streamed like the last couple of matches of it, and I'm gonna be watching.
Man, we're trying to take it, bro. We're trying to take it. RGN got a good team, but
they got a beast ass team, and like Systems already said, you know, Ego, everybody's welcome.
Yep.
You know, 100%. Everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, what you're doing. Everybody is allowed as long as you're respectable, and if you're not respectable, then there's no.
And just to touch base, because I know a lot of people ask, does J2H have a team? No, we currently do not have a team right now. Just saying.
But if you want to face them, man, come hit up New Era. We'll throw on their players with our players. Fuck you.
There it is. Exactly. You know, like, a lot of my people are just, you know, they're just community players. You know, they don't, you know, some of them don't really inspire to be comps. Some do, but, you know.
If you got any players that want to jump in, dude, message me, bro. Let's get it. We got game nights open every day. Every day. I don't care.
Solid,
this goes
bro.
for all of Hydra, bro. I don't care who it is. RGN, whoever, bro. Let's get it.
Cool. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, this is the J2H interview, and